want you to stay with me for a minute. If you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, I just want to let you know you're not behind. You're not failing. You're in a season where things just feel really heavy. And it doesn't mean you're stuck, it just means you're human. If you clicked on today's video, I'm going to give you guys an update of where I've been for the past 3 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days to be exact. Yes, it's been a while since I posted my last video. And if you're a returning viewer, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just life happened. And if you're new, we're kind of going into a different direction with this channel. And I just want to kind of give my overall update of where I've been and just kind of get you with the videos, with the bangers moving forward. Let me give you a deep dive of honestly me, what's been going on, what it's really like to battle with depression really chronically. If this video is something you can't relate to, definitely click off. If it's something that definitely resonates with you, definitely stay tuned. Hopefully not only I can help myself, but I can help the viewers out there who might be feeling the same way. This is a results may vary type of video. This isn't for everyone. I don't want you to make decisions off of impulse, but I want you to make decisions where you are comfortable and know that you can take the risk if need be. Here is my story. I don't need any sympathy. I don't need people feeling sorry for me. I'm just telling you what I've been going through since the last time I posted a video, because I do enjoy making content, and the fact that I haven't been able to do so has been really tough for me because it's something that's been in the back of my head. I just can't bring myself to do it consistent basis because of just life periods. So let me just get into what I've been going through since the last time I posted a video, and then we'll kind of get into the content that I want to genuinely make moving forward, which I feel like will be honestly just a better help for me mentally and for other people who are going through the same thing. So let's get started. Let's get into it. So since the last time I posted a video, I've been going through it mentally very deeply. And what I mean by that is my job. My job has been consuming me a lot lately, to the point where it's become an extension of who I am, which has caused me to get more deeper into my depressive state than I would have thought. I feel like I've done everything I can with the tools that have been provided to me from my job. And what makes it even worse is that I work for one of the major hospitals here in Florida. I shouldn't have expected it, but I just assumed that, if you work for healthcare, that they would care about your health. Yes, they did give me the tools to do so, but it wasn't enough for me to like really separate myself from what I do on a daily basis. So when I first moved to Florida, which was my first job ever, I'm new to the state, new to the city, I needed a job. So I worked at one of the major hospitals here in Jacksonville. I'm not going to give you the name, just it's a lot of them out here. I'm pretty sure you can find the number one. That's the one I was at. I was there for 2 years, 3 months, and 30 days. And during that time frame, at the beginning, it was cool. I needed a job. I was new to the city and I need something to, provide my lifestyle. And I had to move out because I was living with my mom. Nothing wrong with that, but I knew eventually I had to get out. I got a job working at the call center area. Didn't realize it was a call center until I actually got into it. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking it was going to be easy because the position is called patient access representative. Sounds cool, right? But once you actually get into it, you realize, oh, I am scheduling doctor's appointments for patients who call in who want to see their primary doctor, or if they need a medication refill and want to submit a request. That's what I would do. Or if they need a referral or anything in that realm, and anything that I couldn't do, I would transfer them to another department or get them over to who they need to talk to. That was my main job every day. But what they really didn't get into the details of the job was me basically being trauma dumped every day with the patients calling about their issues and problems. And I understand my job is to schedule doctor's appointments for the patients, and that makes sense. But I don't need to know that the reason why you canceled your appointment today was because you didn't have enough money, or because your car broke down, or you want to give me a full lifelong story about whatever just because, I don't know, you have no one to talk to when all you really need is to schedule an appointment. I don't need to know your life story just to schedule a lab appointment. And to continuously go through that day in and day out, day in and day out, and having to put on this like acting role every day was starting to take a toll on me really, really bad. What did I do to try to help myself get out of that rut? Well, I got a therapist. I mean, I've been needed to do therapy, but I went and got a therapist, and that has helped. But it didn't take away from like the actual problem itself. Okay, let me find another alternative. I will get back in the gym because my job offered free memberships to different gyms around the city. I did that. Okay, that didn't work. So let me do arts and crafts. So I picked up a hobby doing mosaic. That was fun. And then it wasn't fun anymore. So I'm like, okay, another option. Let me get back into content creating. And that's what I try to do. I would get off of work, maybe wait like an hour or two to kind of like decompress. And then I would jump into recording videos, editing, things like that. During that whole time frame of me working there and trying different alternatives to try to be happy and do the job to the best of my ability, it was like I couldn't escape the feeling of just feeling like this is it. This is what life is supposed to be. Like, I feel like with the type of work I'm doing, I'm just dedicating my energy and time to people who don't truly respect me. And good thing I'm not like that crazy person where I'm like, when patients will like be mean or rude to me when they're calling me for help, I'm not the type to like crash out. Even though I wanted to, it was just like I couldn't do it because I need the money. I need the money. I have bills to pay. I need that. After a while of doing that every single day, day in and day out, you would think the weekends would give me like an opportunity to like chill out and like decompress. But to know I had to go back into work on Monday made it even worse. And like waking up every morning and being like, why is morning here again? It was just like I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't. I just felt like it's not me. I don't know what else to do. To the point where like I had to eventually go to like do physical therapy because it started to take a toll on like my body. You would think, well, why are you allowing this to happen? It's like I feel like I'm doing everything I can to make myself happy or make the situation better than it could be, right? Like I've been looking for jobs outside of the hospital and inside the hospital. And you would think because I'm already an employee internally, it would be beneficial to move to a different department. Well, it turns out they didn't want to pay me what I was getting paid currently in my current position. So that made it even kind of like difficult because then I'll be losing pay. But then if I look outside the hospital, they're not paying as much as I'm getting paid now. So now it's like I feel like I'm in a rut. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what choice to make because one wrong move can crumble everything that I got going on. And then I had to realize after the many like decisions I've made of like trying alternatives to make myself happy and get out of like this depressive rut. It would get to the point where like it just felt like a loop doing the same thing, everything day in and day out, work, sleep, eat. To the point where like I didn't want to take a shower. I would go like 3 or 4 days before I'm like, I actually stink. When's the last time I took a shower? Oh, Monday, and it's almost Friday. Oh, I need to do that. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. If you never battled with depression before, then you wouldn't understand what I'm going through or what I'm talking about. A lot of people don't understand. They feel like you're bringing this onto yourself, or like it's not that deep. It's just a job. Don't take it seriously. And it's easy for someone else to say when I got tested to be neurodivergent and it came back positive. So it's kind of hard not to overperform or want to do good at something when you care about it. I did care about the job, but it just got to the point where like the patients were just being too much. And it was just like, how am I supposed to manage my own mental health when the patients aren't really helping that when they're trauma dumping on me? And it's like, I'm not trying to be rude. I honestly just don't want to hear that because a lot of people got a lot of problems going on, you know? And I understand you're calling because you need me to help you, but you can't be mean to me and expect me to give you quality service. And I feel like that's another video for another day, but call centers environment should be a case study. Really, which leads me to me basically putting in my resignation June 19th and just walking away from the job at hand because I couldn't do it anymore. It was like it was really taking an effect on me. And I was trying to figure out all the possible outlets I could do to like figure out how I could just live. And ever since I left the job, it's like, wow, this is what I've been missing out on. Like my quality of like my mental is just so much better. I feel like I have more time to do more things. And don't get me wrong, like I said, results may vary, okay? Don't think I left a job without a plan. I have a plan. I didn't quit to commit to social media full time, even though that's something I want to do. And now that I have the time to do so, I'm going to take that advantage unless I have to go back to do another job again, or unless I'm able to find, no, not unless I am going to find another way to get a source of income, because honestly, after working since the age of 16 until now that I'm 30, I've realized that being in those type of environments don't really benefit me, because what I realized is doing a lot of reflection since I've been doing therapy since I moved here to Jacksonville, but I haven't done it continuously until now. I've realized that school was basically a breeding area to help to basically prepare you for the workforce, right? And then once you get into the workforce, you just realize it's an adult high school. And now not only are you performing for your peers and your teachers to get good grades, now you're performing for your coworkers and management in order to move up in the ranks and get good pay. But no one talks about how it affects your mental state doing that every single day. And then not only are you performing for your coworkers, management, but also the customers or patients that you deal with every day, because you have to save face for the company, because the company is more important than who you are as a person and what you bring to the table. You're just another number, you're just another body. And God forbid, you end up not coming into work anymore because you quit, or you just pass away unexpectedly or intentionally. They're just going to replace you with the next person. And then a lot of people don't think about, like, God forbid, if like what's been going on now with the job market, you wake up one day and AI is taking your job, or the company decides to sell, because most of us are so comfortable with just going to work every day and staying in the loop. We don't think about, like, what happens if my job lets me go? I don't have a plan B. So what's next? And for someone like me who doesn't have like a boyfriend or a roommate or a husband to lean on, it's all on me. So it puts me in another perspective of, like, you know what? Why should I put energy and my time into a company that don't really care about who I am as a person and what I bring to the table? All you care about is making sure I show up to work every day, put money in y'all pocket, just be a good little aunt, and don't make any fusses, and just do what you're supposed to do, and just making someone else's dream their reality while they pocket all the money. For the company I used to work for, the CEO makes $2 million a year. Guess how much a person who cleans their office makes? About 16 to $17 an hour, and that's full time. So the balance in money. My CEO makes 2 million a year, but the person who's cleaning out your trash cans and wiping off your desk is making probably what, under 35,000 a year. And you think I'm supposed to be happy when I come into work every day and be proud about a company that doesn't really care? It's very disheartening. That's where I've been for the past 3 months that I haven't been posting on my channel. I've been honestly been going through some type of, like, or I have been going through a psychosis of trying to figure out who I really am, what I really want. I'm not happy with my life and where I've gotten to. I turned 30 in May, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore, and I don't have to do this anymore. Everything's a choice. So I just feel like I've gotten to that point where I've decided I want to choose myself, and I'm very happy with the choice that I made now. So I'm taking this time to put all my energy into basically what I've been trying to do since I've been starting my content creator journey. And I think what made it even more of a perspective, especially to be like, I feel like I'm on the right path, was when I watched the movie Soul again. And I was like, oh my God, all of us are really Joe Gardner. And it's really up to us to be like, do you want to wait and stay in the loop and wake up when you're like 50 or 60 years old, when it's time for you to retire, whenever that is? And that's when you wake up and be like, I'm going to start living. Or do you want to wake up now and do it? And I felt like a perfect representation in that movie was the guy who was at his desk working on charts in his office. His soul was in the lost souls realm, and then all of a sudden he just woke up one day and was like, I'm alive, I'm alive. And that's where I am right now. I'm like, I'm alive. I can put anything I put my mind to. I'm just trying to get to a point where, like, I don't have to wake up on someone else's clock in order to make someone else rich, because they figured out their mother lode to life, which in this case was the hospital. The hospital's always always going to make money, but they're going to give you enough money to come back, but never enough money to move on in life unless you figure out a way to do that, whether it's outside of the hospital, but never inside the hospital, unless you want to be like a nurse or a doctor. But if that's not something you want to do, which isn't something I want to do, then it's like, what's the point? I'm just working entry level jobs just to make enough money to get by, but never enough money to actually pursue what I want to do unless I actually take the time outside of work to do so. So that's where I've been. And since I had the time to do so, I'm going to be putting as much effort as I can to produce good quality videos to talk about mental health and just being there for people who want to escape but don't know how to, or who needs encouragement to do so, or honestly just showing them like life is worth more than a 9 to 5. And if you do get a chance to take that risk and quit and be able to just live a little bit, whether it be like a couple weeks or a month or so, and not let the world or the state of the economy like ruin you from like doing that, I'm here to do so. Because for the longest, I'm like, I want to be a testimony to be like, out of all the YouTubers that I watch and TikTok, I want to be that person that is able to make it out of the rat race. Because I just can't, I don't want to go back. I hate it. It's just, I feel like it's very performative. And for someone like me, it just doesn't work out. So, and it's hard to make friends in that environment because it's just like, which one's more important? Trying to be kiki with my employee who can turn on me, or stay to myself and they feel like I'm not a part of the team environment. And it's just like, I'm just here to go to work and go home. I'm not here to make friends for real, because at the end of the day, if somebody wanted to turn on me or rat me out to HR, they could do that. When I really thought they were my friends trying to help me. It's just like, it's just very like high schoolish. And that's just not me. Thanks for listening. If you took time out to watch this video, I really appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for any future videos that I put out. And always remember, we're taking it one day at a time. You don't have to fix your whole life today. Just take a moment to breathe a little. Come back whenever you need this. See you in the next video. Bye.